Alright guys, so as promised, the Super Trooper, it runs, it drives, it goes here and there, it does everything it's supposed to do, but it still weighs too much, and the engine's pretty tired. Like, it's leaking. The one head gasket on the driver's side's leaking. It's kind of my fault. I hooked up the when I put the electric water pump and fan controller on, I kind of wired it backwards, and so the water pump was running for about 4 or 5 miles, but it made it back home, so that's more important. And it's been leaking ever since. Weird, huh? So, but it still runs, drives fine. I've got the old short block that came out of Rod's car, Chuck Norris, 86 GT, the baby Pro stock. That thing sat out in the field for like 18 years, so it's pretty much showroom stock. So I'm going to put my other ported twisted wedges on it, still with the stock cam. Probably the Vic Jr. I'll try a couple things with that, and then take some weight out of it. And I was going to do that like right away, like this month after I finish working on the LTD here. But I started thinking, I know, dangerous. I rubbed a couple of brain cells together, and I thought it didn't make sense to take this apart when I still had the Capri sitting over there about halfway back together. So I thought probably best to put the Capri back together, get it running, then take this apart. So that's what we're gonna do. But in the meantime, I got to get the LTD in the garage and fix the leak from the dipstick tube and a couple other things. And then we'll get that out, and I'll be driving the LTD, and then we'll get the Capri going. So it'll be a little bit before we get the Super Trooper in the garage, but in the meantime I can drive it around. I can still daily drive it, just not now when it was like 29 degrees this morning, 27. So then I'll use the Vincent's 94 Mustang because it's got a defroster in it and a heater, so those are kind of nice to have. So, but other than that, you know, when it's warmer out, I'll drive the Super Trooper, and once the Capri's going good, then we'll get Super Trooper in the garage and get it make it a little better. Try to make it faster if possible, and then go from there. So then after that, then we'll probably put the heads on the LX on the red car, and then once everything's together and running, then we can focus on the Dugan wagon and get that going. So that's the update on Super Trooper. We're going to take weight out, put a fresher engine in, my twisted wedges. Right now the twisted wedges that are on here are from Panhandle down in Panama City. My youngest son bought them for his car that he had, and I ended up with them. So, but it'll still be a stock cam. So that's essentially what's going to happen. Just not right away, but down the road a little bit. So, all right. Appreciate y'all fellas. Thanks again for subscribing and all that stuff. Later.